A very good afternoon. Much thanks for joining us here on Trending News. I'm Nancy Nelima. Do stay with me for the next few minutes as I bring you up to speed with stories that are making headlines today. Let's begin. Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mithika Linturi maintains that the fertilizer being probed over allegations it was a fake product disguised as government-subsidized fertilizer was only substandard. Linturi told the Senate Agriculture Committee on Thursday that the fertilizer, which was distributed across the country through the government's National Cereals and Produce Board stores, only fell short of the approved nutrient composition ratio. The Agriculture Minister pushed against the committee, calling the fertilizer fake, insisting they call it substandard. According to CS Linturi, who the committee accused of playing cat and mouse games, the product under probe did not meet the Kenya Bureau of Standards specifications of the percentage of each nutrient in NPK fertilizer. The ongoing probe is in the wake of a documentary by African Uncensored titled Fertile Deception, which lifted the lead on the widespread circulation of counterfeit government fertilizer across the country, posing a risk to food security. Linturi has, however, maintained that the government fertilizers were tested and approved before circulation to farmers. Moving on, former President Daniel Moi's daughter, June Chebet, has passed on at age 60. In a statement on Thursday, Moi's family announced that June died on Thursday morning. And I quote, "At this time of grief, we request for your prayers and privacy as we, the family, come to terms with the tragic loss of our sister. May her soul rest in eternal peace," the family stated. Kenyan leaders have taken to the social media to mourn the death of June Chebet, daughter of the late former President Daniel Moi.
Today is a sad day from the news that we've had. We had this yesterday about June Moi. I want to say pole sana. This is Lydia Ntimama, the daughter of the late Honorable William Ntimama. And I want to give my condolences to the family, sincere condolences. The family has lost a very aggressive and hardworking lady. And as the family, we were very close, the Mois and the Ntimamas. The Wazes were very close. And I want to say, poleni sana. This is my condolence from the Ntimama. And you know, what we see as women, the woman can suddenly not be treated in the same manner as per her stature. I would appeal that her funeral is held with the dignity that it deserves. Today is a sad day from the news that we've had. We had this yesterday about June Moi. I want to say pole sana. This is Lydia Ntimama, the daughter of the late Honorable William Ntimama. And I want to give my condolences to the family, sincere condolences. The family has lost a very aggressive and hardworking lady. And as the family, this we were very close, the Mois and the Ntimamas. The Wazes were very close, and I want to say, poleni sana. This is my condolence from the Ntimama. And you know, what we see as women, the woman can suddenly not be treated in the same manner as per her stature. I would appeal that her funeral is held with the dignity that it deserves.
Away from that, Prime Cabinet Secretary and Cabinet Secretary for Foreign and Diaspora Affairs, Musalia Mudavadi, has emphasized the urgent need for sweeping regulatory reforms to drive Kenya's economic prosperity. Speaking during the groundbreaking address at the Kenya School of Government in Mombasa, Mudavadi highlighted the potential benefits of adopting Indian technologies to streamline Kenya's regulatory processes and enhance infrastructure development. The conference underscored the importance of regulatory coherence and collaboration among stakeholders to create a business-friendly environment that fosters transparency and economic growth.
Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to propose some recommendations to address the issues at hand during our deliberations. 1, enhanced coordination. We must foster greater collaboration and coordination among regulatory authorities to ensure coherence, reduction of redundancies, and facilitation of information sharing. Secondly, capacity building. Investing in the capacity building of the regulatory personnel is paramount. Continuous training programs, knowledge sharing initiatives, and exposure to best practices from around the globe to empower our regulatory workforce to navigate complex regulatory landscapes with confidence and competence. We must also look at ourselves. There are other uncompetitive trade practices, transfer pricing. We have a situation where within the financial services, there are some people who may look aside when people deny Kenyan investors an opportunity and they get into a transfer pricing mechanism with a foreign investor. Rather than investing that money here, they want to take it away through unfair trade practices. Our policies must be dynamic, responsive to the needs of our society, and aligned with international best practices. Similarly, our legal framework should provide clarity, consistency, and enforceability to enable these entities to fulfill their respective mandates effectively.
And in the corridors of justice, the owner of the bar that killed 17 people in Kangai, Kirinyaga County, will wait between 60 to 90 days for bond application. Kerugoya High Court Judge Richard Mwongo has said the bail application will be concluded after witnesses identified by the prosecution team are heard within 60 to 90 days. On 14th March 2024, John Morisi, 2 others and 4 police officers were charged with the murder but were released on bond where Morisi was denied bond.
The accused has been charged with other offences in 8 cases filed in Baricho. The defence pointed out, however, that in those cases he has been bonded in respect of each of them. I view the failure of the defence to respond to the averments above as a matter of substance. Whilst it is true that the accused has a constitutional right to bail, that right is subject to the existence of compelling reasons. Compelling reasons place the interests of the accused in tension with the interests of the victims, the interests of the state, and the interests of the public. Satisfied that the public interests and the interests of the accused require that at this point he be kept in an environment of absolute safety in light of the IO's affidavit. Prepared to retain the bail application as pending until after the hearing of the 7 witnesses who were identified by the state as crucial, and who may be easily interfered with as they are all blind. The application for bail is not dismissed but may be concluded after the hearing of the aforesaid 7 witnesses. Ordered that the evidence of the 7 witnesses will be fast-tracked within the next 60 to 90 days. The bond application shall be reconsidered there.
Of 2024, High Court Criminal Case Number E008 of 2024.
Kisumu Governor Anyang' Nyong'o has announced that the county will not remit salaries to healthcare workers who have been on strike. Governor Nyong'o says the resolution has been reached after a cabinet meeting which resolved that no remuneration will be made for work not performed. Nyong'o says they consider the healthcare workers who have been away from duty as absconders, and in line with the Labour Relations Act, they do not deserve any payments. The statement read in part, in accordance with the Labour Relations Act, the county will not provide remuneration for work not performed. Therefore, the healthcare workers who have not been present at the designated workplace and have withdrawn their services will not be remunerated for the corresponding period. Nyong'o has also announced that the county is urgently seeking to employ doctors on short-term contracts at Jaramogi Oginga Hospital to address the existing gap caused by the strike. And moving on, a section of Isiolo County residents have demanded immediate action from the government following claims by former Lugari MP Cyrus Jirongo that the late former President Moi's regime knowingly buried toxic nuclear waste in parts of northern Kenya. According to the residents, the situation has been pinpointed as the root cause of the high prevalence of cancer cases in parts of Marsabit, Isiolo, Wajir, Garissa, and Mandera counties. Addressing journalists after prayers at the Isiolo Islamic Institute, Osman Sharif and Isiolo resident and Jamal Golicha, who is the secretary of Bawana Council of Elders, demanded swift action from the government of the day to investigate the claims by Jirongo.
Kuna ile madai ya Cyrus Jirongo ambaye alikuwa anasema ya kwamba kuna kemikali ambayo imezikwa hapa wakati ya enzi ya Rais Moi. I want to request the PPG kwa sababu ile county ziliathirika ni county ya wafugaji. The Parliamentary Pastoralist Group ambayo anaongezwa na chairman yake ni Meja Bashir. We petition the government of the day kwa sababu we have so many cases of cancer carnage ambayo saa hii wale walifariki na wale sasa wameathirika ambayo wako katika manyumbani zao to battle that monster of cancer ni wengi. For one, lazima wa petition the government to compensate the family ambayo walipoteza maisha yao. Ya pili, wale ambayo wanaugua sahi wako katika mahospitali na manyumbani, lazima wapatiwe free health treatment kwa facility ya serikali kwa sababu it is too expensive. Wengi ambayo wako manyumbani, wako mahospitali, they are battling all the way from Wajir, Mandera, Garissa, Marsabit up to the far flank ya hii nchi. So the most important things for the government to do is supposed to be a responsible government. Na wale viongozi ambayo walitoka katika hii sehemu, instead of always pressuring the head of the state to declare the drought as a disaster, flood as a disaster, because hiyo ni maneno ya Mwenyezi Mungu. You're supposed to talk about a man-made crisis like a cancer. Na ni jambo la kushangaza sana serikali itengeneze mauaji ya raia yake. It is very unfortunate.
Kwa hivyo serikali, sisi watu wa area hii tuna complain, tunasikia mbaya, na kama serikali achukui hatua ya kutoa hizo vitu, sisi napeleka hawa kotini.
The Central Rift Matatu Owners Association has come out guns blazing and vowed to oppose the planned crackdown on public service vehicles on the roads. This follows a move by Transport CS Kipchumba Murkomen announcing far-reaching measures aimed at curbing the increasing road carnages. The association claims the decision was arrived at without consultation. The association's chairperson, Stephen Mully, however, acknowledged the concerns raised by the CS, noting that its successful implementation requires concerted efforts.
Sisi kama washikadau wa matatu hapa Central Rift Nakuru, tumeona hii vile waziri Murkomen alisema jana jioni, na tukaona hiyo ni njia moja ya kutufinyilia kama watu wa matatu. Na kama ni mambo ya accidents zinafanyika kila mahali, na ukiangalia zinakuwa caused by lorries. Na kwa mfano hii accident ilifanyika tu hapa Gata Nakuru. Hiyo roli ilikuwa imesimama hapo for 3 days na haikuondolewa. And again, hata ile gari ambayo ilikongwa, hiyo sio gari ya matatu, because ina level ya matatu, it does not belong to any sacco. Na hiyo gari imekuwa ikifanya hivyo kila siku. Polisi wanajua, NTSA wanajua, na hakuna mtu ambaye chukua hatua. So accident nyingi, angalia ile ilifanyika Kericho, hiyo sio matatu, ni floor box. Na inabeba watu 8. Na tumekuwa tukisema wale zile gari ambazo sio sasako siondokee kasi ya matatu. Ile ilifanyika Mombasa ilikuwa cost na roli. So ukiangalia all the accident nyingi ambazo zimefanyika, hata hizi zinafanyika na school buses au sio watu wa matatu. Na hii mambo ya kusema retesting of matatu drivers, sisi kama miungano ya matatu tunapinga. Na kama lazima ifanyike kwa all drivers, because drivers does not belong to matatu drivers alone. Hii watu wa maroli wana cause this accident. Kwa nini Murkomen asemi maroli pia irudi samani, ianze kuenda mchana, iache kuenda usiku? Na mambo ya kusema hata mambo ya cameras itazuiaje mambo ya accident? Hizi accidents zote zimefanyika.
And in sports, 200 golfers are expected to grace PAR 72 Kakamega Golf Club on Saturday during the third leg of the KCB East Africa Golf Tour at the Lucius course. The action is expected to take off at 6:30 a.m., including members from the Kakamega Golf Club and guest golfers from around the country. The winners will join the winning teams from Mombasa and Eldoret in the tour's grand finale, which is scheduled for December 6th. We come to the end of this broadcast this afternoon. Thank you so much for being part of it. And of course, we'll be coming your way at 7 p.m. and at 9 p.m. with more news. Keep it right here. Goodbye.
We value your feedback and welcome